So hello and welcome. This is to show how to remove these light clusters from Citroens and Peugeots from late 2000s to early 2010s. This particular case is a Citroen C5 Tourer from 2010. But as I mentioned, this is applicable to lots of models. So all you're going to need for this is a flathead screwdriver. That's it. Now, I do recommend you get a traditional flathead screwdriver, not one of these with bits. But that's all I got for the moment, so we'll have to make do. So there are these small slots on either side of this transparent plastic cover, and you're going to need the flathead screwdriver to go in and pull this down. I'm not going to do it on this side. I don't know if you can see that I broke that, and that was when I tried to remove the headliner. Well, actually I tried to and succeeded and did a horrible job. If you're interested in watching that video, then please click above to watch the whole thing. So I'm going to go in this side, and it just pops right out. There it is. So with the cover off, you can replace lamps if you like. I've got some LEDs in, and I only put them in because I've had them lying around since 2017 when I sold my old Mazda 6 wagon. And the original halogen bulbs in this car were so weak, I thought it won't harm me to replace them with these much stronger LEDs. But that's neither here nor there. What you're really here to see is how to remove the entire light cluster. Now you can see in there, that little thing glinting, that's a spring. And that's where you want to dislodge. So for this, you want to get your flathead screwdriver and try to dislodge it, maybe moving it upwards. So I've dislodged it and it's gone inside the light cluster assembly. That's no problem, that's to be expected. Sometimes it will not go in, it will come out with the cluster, but that's not always the case. Here, oh, it's gone inside as well. So that's no problem. All you have to do is just pull it down, and the springs may fall out. One of them did. One of them fell out. Sometimes they might stay actually inside the hole. So you get a magnet and it'll just pop out. So that's the light cluster out. All you have to do is to undo these cables. And there. That's a free light cluster. Imagine you're going to replace your light cluster or something. The important thing now is putting it back. That is the thing that I found to be most difficult when trying to replace it after I had removed my headliner. So what you want to do is get your springs. Let's see if I can do this correctly. So you want to put your springs back. So the springs look like this. Hopefully they haven't been bent out of shape. And you just put them into place like so. Okay. And there's the other. So can you see that sort of like little flap there? You want to make sure that's pushed into place, that's pushed backwards in relation to what we're looking at, so it won't come out easily. That's the key to the whole thing. When I tried to put it back the first time, that wasn't in place, that flap, and the entire spring just kept coming out. So once that's done, the next thing you actually want to do, you've got all your bulbs in place, etc., you're going to put the cover back on. That's the most important thing. This is an absolute pain to put back on with the light cluster in place. It just doesn't work very well. By the way, word of warning. If you're going to put LEDs, make sure that you test the LEDs before you put the entire light cluster back in. So hook up the lights, try them, because LEDs have polarity. The current can only flow in one direction. So keep that in mind. So we've got our springs in place. All you have to do is to hook these cables back up. Make sure you put the left one on the left side, the right one on the right side. May seem obvious, but some people may make mistakes. Test it. Make sure the lights are working. Of course, the map reading lights are not working because the car isn't switched on, but that's no problem. I know they work. And then you just very softly put it in. There. That is the light cluster replaced. So hopefully you found that useful. If you did, please leave a like. Please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in a future video. Farewell.